Hello. I just had a thought. I just get these thoughts, randomly sometimes. I was been walking my dog every day. I think every day but one we've taken a walk. Yesterday was raining, we didn't go. But anyway, I get to where I can pray really earnestly when I'm on my walks. I've been my earbuds in, and I've been listening to I've like 4 songs that have just been playing over and over and over in my mind, and they've just blessed me so much, and they bring such a spirit of the Lord in my presence that every time I hear them, I just can't help but pray, and give God thanks. But I spoke on my video the other day about how I've had restoration, the word in my brain, since January 1, and I think it's because when January 1 came this year, everybody's all about new beginnings, new year, new beginnings, old is gone, bring in the new, So when you almost get like I don't know if you'd call it a resolution or a mindset that just says, let's start fresh. And so whenever I kept hearing that word, just restoration, 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 restoration. And yes, I took it very personally because without going into too much personal detail, I've been through the ringer, and I needed some restoration. Went through a trial that was so rough that I didn't know if I was making it out. 6 years. And I'm coming out on the other side now. But during the time I went through it, it was dark, and it was awful. And I wasn't sure if I was going to get out of it okay, but I did. By the grace of God, I did. But I just kept hearing restoration, restoration, restoration. And I kept thinking, there's so many things that could be restored right now. But there was a few things specifically that I had in mind, personally, as far as what's to do with me and my family. And I was outside praying a while ago. I've been walking the backyard. When I get done walking, I'll just pace the backyard and pray. God is so strong in my spirit right now. I have to get it. I have to just get it out. I don't know if I am the only one like that, but I just feel like I can't. I gotta get it out. Like, I just want to shout. I just want to holler. I can't just contain it. I can't hold it. So I kept hearing, when I was praying all ago, when restoration came to my mind again, it was a thought that really, I thought about it the other day, but it came back to my mind again today about, when you think of restoration, you think about returning something to the previous state that it was in before it got lost or it got destroyed or got ruined. But I heard this little voice in my spirit say, I'm not going to just return it to its former state. I'm going to restore it to what is even better than its former state. So meaning the most impossible scenario that I could even imagine happening and believing God for, He's going to do it better than that. Doggy had to put in her praise the Lord there too. And then I got to thinking about, that kind of went along with this, as far as where God is putting us right now in this pandemic. And I believe it is a last call for grace, meaning he is extending his grace one more time just to open up people's eyes and to allow whosoever will. And the prodigal came to my mind, the prodigal son. And this is a chance for all the prodigals to come home. There's not going to be a lot of time for that to happen, but he is extending his grace for all those who are in the pig pen to get back into to King's house. And he's waiting, he's watching, and when it's all said and done, there's going to be a party thrown like you would not believe. But he is extending his grace one more time to let people say, okay, God's not kidding. And you know, if he wanted to wipe us out, he could. If you think about how precious this life is and how much God is in control, with one flick of his finger, he could flip the earth off its axis and we would all be destroyed. He could cause the sun to move closer to the earth and burn us up. Or he could cause the sun to drift away from the earth and we would freeze. All the elements work because he commands them to. And yet we have spit in his face. We have mocked him. We have pushed him out of all of our government and school, but what the enemy is doing right now that is evil and destructive, God is meaning it for good. He has meant for us to be in our homes, to slow down, to think about our lives, to think about what's precious and important, to pray. I have never felt God like I do now, ever in my life. To get it right. Giving you one more chance to get it right. And he's extending grace right now. And you better get in while there's still grace, because when that door shuts, it's too late. And when he lifts his presence away from this earth, and when he takes his people out of here, you think it's bad now? It's not going to be good. So I'm excited for the restoration, because it's going to be better than what it was before. Not just the way it was before, but better. So whatever you're thinking about, like right now, whatever you thought about, what needs to be restored in your life, don't just ask God to put it back where it was. Don't limit him like that. Because restoration is better than what it was. And believe for the impossible. Believe and tell him exactly what it is that sounds so impossible that in a human's mind, there's no way. But don't let anybody take that from you, and you claim it. If you have to claim it till your last breath, you claim it. Because he's able. And that's what faith is. Believing in something that you can't see or feel or smell or taste, but believing it because you know your God is greater. Even when you don't see him, even when you don't feel him, he's working. That's my favorite song. At this point, I think that's one of my favorite songs, Waymaker. Because even then, even when you don't see it or feel it, he's working. He never stops working, ever. So I just want this to be an encouragement to somebody, and I hope y'all are having a blessed day. Enjoy the beautiful day while you have it. Enjoy this beautiful day. Love you guys.